Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Welcome to Kebab, who is first in chat. But before we introduce Kebab, a fellow commentator in chat supporting us, I've got Tipsy Bob in the wings here. How are you doing, Bob?
Pretty good, my man. I just awake from my slumber. It's normally you, Chief, that has these naps, but I'm catching up on you, so I need these wee naps. And also, yes, good to see Kebab in chat. A awesome commentator. I'm looking forward to hearing him tomorrow and for Tier 1. But, Chief, this is Tier 2. Or sorry, what? No, it's not. It's Formula 2. And we're about to get kickoff in the quick one-shot quali in Abu Dhabi.
Yep.
And I'm really looking forward to this race, Chief, because the first couple of races that we've had have been really, really eventful.
Yeah, until about 30 seconds ago, I didn't know it was Abu. I thought it was Bahrain until you corrected me. Quickly looking at the standings here before we get to quali. We've got one-shot quali coming up, but yeah, we've got McKender leading the standings, 63 points. Justin 41, Gamer 25, and Sammy following closely behind him, 4th, 22 points. Virtuoso topping the table, but let's switch over to the qualifying session. It has begun. 2 drivers out already, Bob. Why would that be? Have they retired on track?
I have no idea. I don't think there's any penalties for disqualifying from qualifying. I don't think, but I don't know. I know Jurian Prinzi does this quite a lot. That's Dragon, but anyway, let's focus on who is still on track, Chief. And surprisingly, I am surprised. It's Sam. Sam is actually up there fighting with Justin Mack and Tuna Man. Joel's actually doing a good job as well, currently sitting in P6. But yeah, I'm quite surprised, Chief, with Sam. Sam's doing a great job here. Mac and Justin, pretty much, I think everyone's accepted that they are more or less likely the ones to run away with this title. One of those guys is likely to win the Formula 2 title. But that doesn't mean that Sam and Tuna and our gamer and the rest of the crew can't give them a good run for their money.
Yeah, and it's kind of a home track for our gamer. He lives in Saudi Arabia, but this is as close as it gets on a F1 calendar. And he's currently P4, kind of creeping up there. But we saw last week Justin starting pretty low down in the qualifying and was able to work himself up by the end of the track.
Yeah, Justin's been having a mixed kind of bag of luck. It's kind of pretty much his Formula 1 season is like that as well. It's like he's so much promise, but other factors end up hampering his success. But as we're coming around, Chief, to the final corner, run down to the line, Sam has been commanding P1. He is in P1 with Mackinder P2 and Justin P3, and Sam's teammate P4 with Tunaman just on the tail end of our gamers. Of our gamers' time. This is going to be quite an exciting first lap, Chief, I think.
I think so, yeah. So we got the sprint race first and then the feature race. So from what I worked out from last week's debacle over qualifying, it's whoever qualifies here, the reverse of this grid that we see on the screen right now will take place in the sprint race. But this lineup, I think, is this right, Bob? That this is the lineup, the top 10 for the actual feature race?
Yeah, well, I think, isn't it the top 8, isn't it? I don't know if it's the top 10. Oh, we still are not on top of this, but I think it's the top 10 or top 8 reverse. So effectively, we should be seeing Crawley Voice and Joel and Punk top 3. And considering how Joel's been driving recently, I would say everyone needs to be like clenchy bum times. Because he is on a kill streak. I have been a victim of it. But, these things happen.
Oh, Justin and chat saying top 10 reverse for sprint. So that even further confused my understanding of it.
That is right then. So the top 10. So that would be then, Crawley Voice will be on pole. Well, start first in this sprint with Joel and who was a CM Punk.
Yeah.
Top 3. That would mean that Sam will be P10, Mac P9, and Justin P8.
Okay, and we worked it out just in time for the sprint race. Let's go, Bob. The lights are up.
Yes, the lights are indeed on, and Crawley Voice does indeed lead the pack away. And Punk gets a jump on already, and Futuristic up to P2. And is that so far everyone is navigating nicely around? Oh, someone run off the track there. So far, no contact just as yet. but it's only just started, so there's plenty of time for that to happen. What's happening here? Tuna Man and Mac making their way up through the field very quickly. Justin not capitalizing as quick as Mac, but he is up to P6. Let me see. Oh, there's contact further back the field. Who is that? Was Zupson. Zupson has got clipped from the... Oh, and there's another car off track. Oh my goodness, they're hitting hit the crane almost. Surely that's going to be a safety car, is there?
It's Jojo, and I think Dragon was involved in that as well. Skin Tony maybe. Yeah, a few bumps and scrapes there in the first lap. I don't think I've seen any damage on track, but Tenari goes for a move on P2, so he gets past Joel in the fast chicane, or sorry, the slow chicane at the end of the first fast straight.
Oh yes, and it looks like they're going to go almost 3 wide here. No, not going to go 3 wide, but they're all going to battle of it. Let's see how they navigate. They're going to go 2 wide. It's a tricky little corner. Oh no, it's right. They've fixed this, haven't they? Haven't they changed this?
Absolutely changed that. It's now just a very fast hairpin, essentially. And McKender up into P2, so these guys in P2, P3 are battling it out.
Yeah, Larson right at the back of the field there, Chief. Oh, and yes, CM Punk does indeed have no front wing. His ups and spun as well, so disaster for those guys. But still up at the front. Crawley Voice is still in P1, but he has Mac, Tuna, and Justin hunting him down. Let's see how this is all going to turn out. So, I don't see... 5-second penalty already for Zozo. Did we figure out how to say that? Did we figure out how to say his name yet, Chief?
No, we didn't, and we probably
just
won't.
Just going to call him Jim.
Jim Bob.
Oh, what's this? There's Justin. Justin going for a move on Tuna Man. Justin runs out wide.
Oh, yeah, Justin not get a best exit there, so Tenari gets that move back on the straight. But Justin tucks in behind and is getting that slipstream, and DRS not available this lap. It will be available to these guys next lap.
And also ahead of this battle as well as Mac is going for the move for P1 on Crawley Voice. Crawley Voice not entitled, he doesn't have to give that up. He is racing for position regardless of the pace of these guys. Everyone is entitled to race. But Futuristic and Joel are also fighting. No, Joel, what's the rear end? Futuristic, be very careful, my man. Death is around the corner when Joel's around. And I mean that with the most sincere.
Oh, and there was contact there. I think it was our gamer in the Red Bull livery, I believe.
Yes, our gamer still hanging out there. He's not going to yield. Futuristic is trying to squeeze him. He's going to try and go for a move on Joel as well, is he? This is going to be brave. Joel runs wide.
Our gamer done the inside. It's a risky move from him, but he backs out of it and falls in behind. Looks like Joel is lacking some confidence right now, and he's holding these boys up.
Yeah, and he's on the throttle quite early there. He gets a real bit of a tank slapper, but our gamer will be seeing that as a weakness, and he will be looking to capitalise. We know our gamer does not hang about whenever he sees a window. If he even sniffs a little, if he sniffs it, if he can smell it, he takes it.
Yeah, and he's certainly got a nose full of Joel right now as he tries to send it in the inside, but again, yeah, just knew that was too risky to go for. You know, Joel was closing that door pretty quickly, and our gamer lost a lot of time in that move, and he's actually coming under attack from Futuristic and from Samine from behind, so our gamer not having the best of starts here.
Yeah, that's the thing about our game. He's got so much pace, but we've seen in the capacity kind of every single opportunity he'll take, and it doesn't always work out well for him. So,
Crawley Voice is coming under big attack now. So he's got passed by P1, P2, McKender, and Justin, but Tenari and our gamer are lining up behind him. And well, actually, Tenari just gets past him. No, he doesn't actually. What am I saying? Who is that? Oh, it's Justin. So Justin's struggling a little bit here, and looks like Crawley's got the overspeed on him, but not enough to get a move on Crawley Voice. And Subson is out of this session. I think that's after the chicane. Yeah,
I'm just having a wee look here, running on board with Larson, if I can see that. I'm not sure who that is, but yellows in sector 2 and 3. No safety car just as yet. I don't even know if it's enabled yet, but yeah, Chinari. It looks like Chinari. Did he get past Crawley there on that corner? So there's a little gap now between our gamer and Crawley. Our gamer will be looking to nip that in the bud, squeeze up on the rear end of Crawley, and try to get it up to P4 as Mac sets the fastest lap.
Yep, Mac and Justin are back to their usual game of like pretty much where they left off last lap of the last race. 1 second difference between the two of them, and I have to say, Joel, I don't know what happened there, but he went down to P13. Was up in the top 10 there, but now outside the top 10, dropped down 11 positions from his starting position.
And you're starting to see these guys starting to run away now. Mac get a very commanding lead now on Justin, almost 1.5 seconds. Tuna Man not really pushing much to close that gap. I think he is, of course, pushing, but Justin just seems to have the pace at the moment. So I think really the next move we're going to be looking up front will be our gamer. If he can squeeze up on the back of Crawley here, he will be looking to get that move done. Although there's still plenty of time left, Chief, for a few more moves to happen.
Exactly. I'm just looking at chat. Is it like last time? Ask Kitsune. Fast yeet sesh, then longer yeet sesh after. Can confirm. Can confirm.
That is oui, Madame. Ça c'est ça. It is that. Oh, we've lost Jim.
Yeah, he is out. It looks like it just before the hairpin, and maybe that's a retirement on track. I don't know. But no safety car is out, and safety car is on for the session. I believe it's on standard this time.
Oh. Standard, yeah, well, it's big, long safety sector, or yellow flag in Sector 2. Still no safety cars, you said, Chief. And in fact, Justin is actually starting to squeeze up now in the back of Mac. Mac was 1.5 seconds. Justin's got that down to almost 1.1. Tuna Man still. Oh, we've lost Reggie as well.
Out. What has happened there? Yeah, he's on the side.
Oh, that's a safety car, Chief.
Oh,
that is a full course safety car.
Ooh, interesting. So, with it being such a short race, this is going to be interesting to see how a safety car will affect things. I think that most of the guys out front are not going to pit, but some of these guys at the back, you got to be thinking. I see Jojo before he DNF'd there, he had super sauce on, so maybe a few guys are going to gamble at the back, nothing to lose, why not?
Well, in saying that, Larson is the first straight into the pits, and he gets into them. Super softs? Used to be back in the day, Chief. The yellow or the purple was ultra soft.
Yeah. There was even hyper soft on there, or did I make that up?
I think you might just have made that one up.
Damn.
No, I think I can vaguely remember something like that. But this pit lane, I'm surprised that everyone makes it across, or everyone navigates the pit lane nicely. Even in the real Formula One, or Formula tiers, no one ever seems to crash in that really tight pit exit tunnel. It's not a really good idea, I don't think, lads. In my opinion, Chief. Yes.
You know what I think happens though? People do crash in it, but they just don't let on because it's so embarrassing to admit.
But I don't know. It's not really good for TV in terms of the real Formula One. It's like going underneath into the tunnel. Like, great, we can't see them. Thankfully, it doesn't happen.
Who's pitting? Our gamer pits. Our gamer, and we know he likes a cheeky gamble, and this is definitely a cheeky gamble. He's going to go in for the sauce. I think he was P5 before he entered the pits there, so he obviously will drop down the order. But these super sauce may be the ticket to a podium potentially, and maybe, excuse me, maybe a win.
Yeah, it could be. Now we know, of course, our gamer did gamble last week. And it didn't work out. I think it's fair to say it didn't work out. I mean, look, as we say, God loves a try. Our gamer is going to gamble. He's going to try the ultimate. We cannot speak, Chief. It's not easy getting old, man. The alternative strategy. He doesn't mind trying it. But you know what? He might be in for a good shout here because he's got the pace. He's got nice fast rubber on.
Yeah.
But the problem is, yes.
I was just about to say the only problem is not many people pitted. This kind of gamble, you need a lot of people to pit, and the top 10 have not pitted. So he's got his work to do if he wants to get a good result here. But he's very capable, as you said, of doing so.
And excuse me while I'm munching a little sandwich. Hang on.
It's tasty. Going for a second bite.
It's not very professional, I know, but forgive me. But I don't know if it'll work out for our gamers. Like, there's not many laps, right? There's not many laps to get this work done, so he's gonna have to be on it, like lap after lap, overtaking left, right, and center. And there's a lot of guys on track that are not gonna yield that easily. But one thing I'd like to mention is Dragon, also known aka Julien Prin. I think I'm saying that. Prince? I don't know how to pronounce his surname. He did have a bit of a nightmare start, didn't he, Chief? There was an incident with him, and now he's up to P8.
Yeah, I don't know if it was a nightmare start or did he just start from the back, because he usually does that, doesn't he? And I don't think... Oh, what's that?
What?
Ah? Oh.
Hey?
Oh, right, okay, right. Some guys are pitting here. 3 guys have come into the pits. I don't know why they did a late call, but there is a bug in this track with the safety car, or with the pit entry line, and I think that's what we just saw there. Those 3 guys were coming in at the same time, and for whatever reasons, it just randomly throws out these 3-second time penalties. They may be removed at the end of the race, or after the race, sorry. But we, yeah, that's good for our gamer. Our gamer's now up to P8 on these super softs. The only problem is these guys need to catch up with the safety car, and they're not too far behind actually. So maybe safety car in this lap potentially.
Yeah, I would say it's highly likely that the safety car is indeed in this lap. I think it's what's max 3 laps they stay out for. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It has to be. What is it? No, I think there has to be at least 2 to 3 laps of racing. I can't remember.
It's
I
2,
don't remember
it's
what
2.
Yeah, 2. So 11, 10, 9. I mean, effectively, I suppose it could stay out, but I don't think so. I think it'll be in this lap. So those guys on those fresh super softs will have to use a little bit of that rubber on their wheels to catch up the back end of these lads.
Yeah, and I'm looking at CM Punk in P11. I do not like that guy's odds right now. He is surrounded by purple tire icons. That's not a good place.
Yeah, it's that is actually a good spot, Chief. Yeah, that's going to be pretty much a nightmare for CM Punk, because he's going to be like, hang on a minute, I want to fight for position, but it's like you've got the guys ahead of you are going to zoom away, and the guys behind you are going to catch you. So.
Yeah, the only thing, I mean, these kind of final end of race sprint kind of races, they often come up with a lot of carnage because everybody's going hell for leather, and we're about to see that safety car is in this lap. So yeah, let's get underway. I'll go up with McKender and see how he gets this one back up to speed.
You can run on with Mac. I'll run on with the first super soft guy of our gamer to see how he gets on.
Yeah, so McKenna backing the field up, but trying to keep his tires warm at the same time, which is a tricky balancing act. The safety car is in, so McKenna can go at any point now. He is the lead car. He's approaching the final corner, and he's slowly getting up to speed and fully on the throttle as he straightens up out of the last corner. And it's a pretty decent getaway from him, just in behind 3/10. And then Tenari, Tenari looks like Tenari's taking a hit, and there's big carnage into turn 1. Yep, multiple cars getting caught up in that. So that was started by Tenari. I think he might have got hit from behind though.
There was a multiple DTs there, and Sam now up to P5 with super softs. Lots of guys at the back with front wing damage. Oh my goodness, look at this. This is absolute hell for leather. Everyone's gone. Has blood in their eyes, in their veins or their mouth. I can't.
Yeah, and Tenari is not looking good here. He's P6 with front wing damage. He has about 5 guys, 6 maybe. These super soft guys behind him, ready to pounce, and it looks like they're vying for position. And it looks like is it Ionidas is the first one to get past, or is that Dragon Prince? I can't tell with all these liveries. I'm not used to who's in what car, but yeah. Tenari up down to P8 there for the chicane, so he's just going to drop down the order here with that front wing damage.
And our gamer's almost being boxed in here with these guys, but he's going to go up the inside on these super soft. He is fighting other super soft who's in the blue car. Tunari, yes, with no front wing. He is not in this fight. Our gamer now up to P8 with George on super softs just ahead of him, but there was a little bit of a tap I seen. It wasn't his fault, but someone just was in front of our gamer. He may have a little bit of damage. Doesn't seem to be. Seems to be all right, but yes, Chief, a couple more laps to go, and it's all to play for these guys. Up front, what's this up front? Sam got a good run there out of that final exit. In fact, he sets the fastest lap. I've seen that. Yes, he's having a little look here at Crawley Voice. Sam now is Chief the furthest ahead super soft guy. This is brave to go up the inside.
And yeah, he has the grip to do it. He hangs around the outside, and he's got that move done coming out of the corner and into the hairpin. So these super softs are absolutely fire right now, and Samim is making the most of it as he's already on the back of P3. So podium place is right in front of him, and potentially a race win.
Yeah, as you said, it potentially, or the podium for sure. I think the race win might be a little bit of a tall order, even with the super softs. Mark and Justin are quite formidable in these Formula 2 cars, as they are in the normal Formula 1 cars, of course. But the longer futuristic holds off Sam. Well, I think just Sam will get P3. I think that's his maximum result he can get here is P3.
Yeah, kind of frustrating for Sammy right now. He's not got the DRS on these long straights and probably would have got that move done pretty easily there, but Futuristic holding on to P3. He's obviously well within his rights to fight this, and yeah, this is a battle for position on track. Futuristic is guarding the inside line. Sammy going off track slightly there and getting the move done, so that will be a bit controversial.
Yes.
And he might need to cede that position back unless he wants to get the eyes of the FIA upon him.
Yes, I was going to spot that too. He did seemingly run off track to get that move done. Oh, we've got a real battle here between Gurla and Punk. My goodness, how are they keeping this on track? And then Tuna Man further back here, just keeping watching brief. Of course, he has front wing damage, so he is out of it. But yeah, Gurla and Punk going at it here, Chief, at the very back off the field.
Yep, every position matters. Oh, Tenari does retire in the pits end, so Gurla, this is a battle for not last, pretty much, between CM Punk and Gurla.
I think. What's happening here?
Dragon, yeah.
Dragon, yes, Dragon on those super softs. Gonna not much futuristic can do here. He's just gonna get out dragged on these better grippy tires.
Yeah, and a lot of these penalties we're seeing on screen probably will be removed because it was, as I say, that pit entry bug affected 3 drivers, and I know Sammy was one of them, so that 3-second penalty should not matter for him. I think Dragon was one as well. So these guys, actually, Sammy's podium position is coming under threat because Dragon is right behind him, 1.2. This is a penultimate lap, so he is running out of tarmac in which to get on the podium, but Dragon has shown great pace before. We'll keep an eye on that delta, 1.3 as they head into sector 3.
Yeah, Dragon has shown alien pace in the past. He can certainly do it. For our Gamer's going for a very brave move. Oh my goodness, our Gamer. That was so close to losing it. If George hadn't have held that line, that was game over for our Gamer. But he has the pace. He knows he's got the pace. He can see it. He can visibly see the pace he has on George. George, of course, will have the DRS on Crawley Voice, so this will be a hard move for our Gamer to get past both these guys to get that P6 spot. But it is there for them. That P5, in fact, P5 is even there for George and our Gamer. They've only got this lap to do. Oh, what happened here? George is going up the inside off, or the outside off. Oh, Crawley Voice, a little bit of contact. Our Gamer can see blood. He's going to go for it. Our Gamer's going to go really wide. He's going to take a wide line. Is he going to take a cutback? He's going for the cutback. He's on the par early, and here we go. Here comes the battle now for this long straight. DRS will be activated, so who gets it? So does our Gamer have DRS? He does. Who doesn't have it? So it's George who doesn't have the DRS. So George loses out. Our Gamer's going to capitalise, is he? He is. Is he? He is on Crawley Voice spins.
Yeah, I think I don't know if that was due to contact or not, but yeah.
No. I don't think so,
yeah.
But our Gamer capitalises indeed, so he does get that P6. P5 is, well, no, it's not really possible. Our Gamer is just a bit too far up the field, so that is a great shot, or great showing there by our Gamer, keeping his nose in. He read that nicely to take that wide line and did the cutback. That really helped him a lot.
P7, P8 are still battling hard here. It looks like Andy is going down the inside, but Crawley Voice thinking about going down the inside on the next corner, but yeah, I think that was all due to a mistake from Crawley Voice in turn 3. I think he just lost it on traction a little bit, and that allowed the guys to get up alongside him as McKender crosses line P1, Justin P2, so we kind of missed that. There's so much battling going on in the midfield as Skin Tony has DNF'd on track, but Samim holds on to that P3 spot, so great solid strategy from him, made it work for him. Dragon P4, Futuristic slides down to P5, and our Gamer up to P6, so some good battling there from him.
Yeah, it was a good race. Apologies to people watching. We can't really hit the chat, by the way, whilst the sprint race is happening because there's just so much action happening. But we will get a bit more time in the next race, in the feature race. But the Carlin boys did really good there. Specifically, I would say Dragon did really great to come from practically the back of the field, Chief. I think there was a little incident that happened somewhere in the very start of lap 1 that I think Jurien was part of, but regardless, he gets himself up to P4 from P18. I think that was a standout performance for me in that sprint race, Chief, was Dragon getting himself up to P4. Vital points for that Carlin team and giving support to his teammate Justin.
Yeah, well spotted there, and that's something that we have to take into account now going forward. We've been instructed we have to select an overall driver of the day for the weekend, so we'll keep in mind Dragon's great performance. Anyone else that you want to call out there as well, consider them. It depends obviously on the feature race and how that pans out, but yeah, Jurien always puts himself in a good position because he starts last, so yeah, if he can get within the top 5, for example, it's always going to be driver of the day contender, because that is impressive stuff to make your way through that grid and finish that high up in the points.
And the thing is, too, Jurien does have that 3-second time penalty. It didn't factor at all in his result. He finished P4 and with 3 seconds or not, but I think he did get that pit lane bug, as you speak about, Chief. So anyone that did get that, feel free, lads, to report it, to appeal it, because it's quite possible that could get removed. But, Chief, I think the big contentious, would that be the right word for this? The big controversial moment in that race, I think, will likely be Sam passing Futuristic off track.
Yeah, it's hard to make the call when you're watching it live, but it definitely went off track. He definitely overtook Futuristic, but the question is, just at what point, what was the timing of that, and will the FIA revert that position and swap it back with a time penalty? But I'm looking in chat again. Kitsune is saying I'm digging this, so I'm very happy to hear that, because that's our barometer for a good broadcast. If Kitsune is digging it. So
if you keep the women happy, Chief, you're doing all right.
Yes, happy wife, happy life.
That's it, man. That's it. Bonjour, madame. Now, what was that? 11 laps. 14, 52, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. What's that about? 8. So there should be about, 19 laps? 18, 19 laps for the feature race.
Yeah, we're 6 seconds away from going live on that. No formation lap, we'll be straight to it. But this one will feature some pit strategies. Although we did say that in the last race due to the safety car. But let's go, Bob. It's time.
No formation lap. And here we go. Sam, now the qualifying comes into effect right now as Sam does lead the field away with Mac and Justin following behind. Now, let's see what happens here. Everyone in the front 4. Oh, a little bit of a wee bit of a shaky wiki there by Mac. Clips the, I don't know who it was it clips Justin? Realistically, these are the 2 guys who are battling for the title. So it'll keep good to keep watching these guys. But everyone getting away nicely, it seems. Just looking further back, Chief, I don't see anything really bad happen. Oh, and saying that, the back 3, Reg V, Subsea, and Empire, having a little bit of a twitchy bums right at the back there, but yeah, everyone away nicely there, Chief. No real major incidents to talk of.
Yeah, I'm actually seeing 2 drivers ghosted. Sorry about that.
I was saying that Justin was really late in the brakes there on Sam, so Justin is looking to capitalise on this. The fact, Sam was really squeezing him. Oh, that was a big squeeze from Sam. Almost put Justin in the wall. That's going to give Mac, you see the move on Justin. Justin's going to have to try and hang this around. I'm sure Justin probably will not be, he certainly will not be happy with that. He'll feel that he got run right to the wall there. But Sam is holding on to P1 at the moment. And you can see the speed that these guys will get a yellow further back. Quite a lot of overtaking further back there, Chief. But I just want to stay, if we can, on board with this front, the front 5 really, but really the front 3 here. Justin and Mac clearly desperate to get past, Justin desperate to get past Sam. It's not always nice, it's never nice having Mac breathing down your pipe, if we can say that.
Your exhaust pipe, yeah.
Yeah, your rear end. He's okay, I'll stop it. I'm going to say something I really shouldn't. But yes, Justin keen to get past. It's not his teammate, they're both Red Bull. I think they're sister teams in Formula 2, but yeah. It's the rundown, Chief, here, this long DRS section. It's not going to be activated just yet. Oh, Justin! And is he Sam? I think it's Sam yielding that. I'm not sure. What was that? not sure what that was. No, I don't think so. Oh, Sam!
Yeah, there was contact there coming out. I think Sammy just tagged the back of McKenna or Justin, but no harm done as Sammy is boxing in McKenna, so he was not for letting McKenna pass there. He had him like tucked up behind Justin, unable to get the move done. So Sammy cutting the corner massively there. So McKenna.
Our gamer's off, Chief. Chief.
He is spinning. Yeah, what happened there, Bob?
I'm not sure, just in the tail end of it, but yeah, our gamer's off. Not disaster for him. But still, with this fight, Chief, Tuna Man's getting involved. Our gamer then, I think, Chief Mac clips the front right off Sam. Sam is like, I'm defending at all costs. Yeah. You shall not pass.
And that hairpin, it looks like the tighter the line you take, the faster you can go through that. Say, and there's a crash at Supson. Supson got tagged there. I think he just got offline, was a wee bit off pace. Oh, there.
There's Reggie and George, massive crash. Both of them are still able to keep their car going, so there'll be no safety car, but that was a big one as well, Chief.
Dear. Yeah, this is a bit chaotic start. But what did I see there? Dragon, it looked like he got a move on Larson potentially. DRS is enabled this lap. I'm going to bring up the tire information as well, because actually looking at this now, this is interesting. P6, P8 are both on super softs.
That could play quite interesting, Chief, later on into this race. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, Mac nearly loses out on the brakes. Yeah, he's getting caught out with Sam. Sam's braking quite heavy, it seems, and that's really catching Mac out. Mac will probably be cursing himself, saying, I'm going to have to say it, these ABS runners. Mac isn't French, by the way. That was a very French accent, but I can't do the Finnish accent. Oh, it's Mac again.
Big twitch, yeah. That'll cost him on the run down here to the fast hairpin. But yeah, McKenna, he's aware that Justin has got past Sammy already and is slowly getting smaller as he runs off into the distance. But for now, I mean, the damage is quite limited. If he's able to get the move done pretty soon, he can put the pressure on Justin. But right now, he's starting to lose time behind Samim.
You see, the thing is, Samim's going to have the DRS as well. Yellow in the sector 2, that's Soapsy and Empire still fighting, but Sam's going to have the DRS on Justin, so it's still going to make it tricky for Mac. But,
someone's on the wall. As Crowley voice is right in the wall, and this is a Latifi moment. Is this going to be a safety car? This could be the 2021 championship in Abu Dhabi all over again. I think it was 21.
Mikey, Sam off track still. Sam's really struggling here. Mac will be like, let me pass. You see, so this is where it is. It's Sam is quite heavy on the brakes here, and then it negatively affects his exit. Pretty good there though. You can see how much more pace Mac had on left there. This is frustrating for Mac.
Yeah, but he's going to get the move done here. Samim does have the DRS, but I think with Slipstream, McKenna might be able to hang around the outside here, so Samim guarding the inside line.
I don't see it because Sam was violating the brakes, and that again, like I said, he does have the ABS, I believe. It is a bit OP, but he might get it away now because Sam doesn't have the DRS now. Mac does. It's not
much, yeah, it's not much. You can see that. Sonari was actually getting much more overspeed with the Slipstream effect, and Samim going deep there and almost forcing McKenna off track. These guys are going side by side, but I think McKenna is going to have to hold back. He was thinking about going down the inside there, but there wasn't quite enough room to put his car down there, so he's pretty much trying it everywhere he can here and pressuring Samim around the outside. He knows Samim will have to compromise to take a shot of a line. Oh my god, there's contact. The penultimate corner. And Samim run off track again.
You can't do that, man. You have to yield. That move is over.
Samim's still looking punchy here. He's right on the back of McKenna. So McKenna up to P2, but its battle is not over. Samim send it down the inside. And,
don't do that!
I don't know if there was contact there or not, but Samim dropped out. And Tanari is now right on his gear back. So from one fin to another, Samim is getting dropped here big time.
Flip's sake, this is quite intense. Like Sam is like just like you will not pass, and it's slowing him down. You can see he does get the DRS here, but now Tuna Man He's got the inside this time. He's covering it. What's going on here? Let me see. Oh, what's going on? I don't know if that was the little bug where that sucks them in, but Sam going very deep.
Yeah, this means Tamari's going to get better run out. Yep, and there you go. Tanari gets a nice clean run out and gets the move done. So Samim just has to settle down right now, I think, and just tuck in behind Tanari and just keep the pressure on.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Sam was like going like full attack there on everything, and it is compromising his overall race pace. You can see there by running deep, he's done it a couple of times there in that long DRS section.
Oh, we've got another car off. It's Dragon Durian Prince is off. I don't know what happened there. Our gamer up to P9, so a couple of drivers struggling on the track right now.
Yeah, I was going to say there's that running deep. You see at all costs to defend that position. It does result in you running over the curb, so I think that's... I need to breathe out of that. I'm quite surprised Sam survived that.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm getting flashbacks to last week's F2 race, because look where Justin is right now, and look where Mikander is. And the only difference from last week is I think the tires actually favoured Mikander last week, but this week the tire difference is zilch. But you have to say Mikander definitely got pace here. He's set a lot of fast laps, but.
Yeah, the other thing too, Chief, is that there is a lot more laps left as well. Mac was hunting him down, and he was going to get him. He was caught up with him in the final lap, but he's got 10 laps to do it. And in saying that, I was watching Justin. He's getting a little bit twitchy here in the brakes. I noticed when he's trying to get the power down, the car was getting a little bit twitchy on him. But yeah, he's managing it nicely. And Sam, where is he? He's now 0.3, half a second behind Chuma. Seems to be have all calmed down now. What's going further back here? Skint Tony was right up the gearbox there of Zupson. Zupson seems to get a good traction out of that corner. Skint Tony with the DRS open, but it's not really that effective. Sure, it's not Chief, this DRS. It's like...
Yeah, like I say, I think the Slipstream was actually more effective whenever Tanari tucked up behind Samim. He was getting a lot more overspeed than Mikander had with the DRS open.
Yeah, let me see now. Looking down the field, all these wee gaps, everyone's respecting the gaps. The closest fight really is Joel and Gurla. And saying that Zupse is quite close to a ghosted Empire. So I don't know what's going on about there now. Why is he?
We've got Gurla in the pits. He's coming off these super softs. So
what? So why is Empire ghosted?
Yeah, I noticed that at the start of the race. Actually, I should have pointed out, and I think there was another car as well. Ghosted was this guy Zope.
Yeah, so that means Zope just has to drive through him. Hey? Well, we'll monitor that as it goes. Gurla into the pits, and he gets him. Did he put his done? Yeah, he has done his pit, so he's onto the soft tire, which should take him to the end. Which will take him to the end. Runs a little bit deep in the pit there. Okay, let me see now. What else is happening on track, Chief? Futuristic has the DRS on to Zozo. And it's likely that Futuristic will get this move done. Here we go, let's see. You're going to hold into the slipstream as much as possible. There we go. And then the DRS activated. He's going to go the long way around. And Zozo is going to make sure he takes every last bit of that long way around. Zozo does he hold his natural? Yes, he does hold the racing line, which he's allowed to do. And that was a nice, straightforward little bit of defense there by Zozo. Futuristic still having a little bit of a sniff here. He's going to hold off. Yep, go ahead, Chief.
Yeah, just looking at Samim, he is struggling to keep up with Tanari now, so he is outside that 1 second range, so will drop back even further without that DRS advantage. There are, how many DRS zones are there here? It's 2, isn't it?
Two, yeah.
Yeah, but they're quite significant, because you get that massive long straight, followed up by a pretty long straight afterwards as well.
Another one we need to keep a wee eye on, Chief, too, there's a yellow somewhere, is our gamer on Joel. Our gamer is starting to squeeze up on the rear end of... just stop saying that. He's starting to squeeze up in the gearbox of Joel.
Yeah, a P12 pits from the Super Soft, so the second guy on Super Soft has pitted. And a CM Punk at the back has put on Super Softs for some reason. I'm not sure if they'll get to the end. Don't have much information on that, but we'll find out, I guess.
Crawley Voice into the pits, getting his pit stop done onto the softs as George gets himself A 3-second time penalty.
Oh, and yeah, our gamer going for a move on Joel. Like he said, he lined it up on the long straight. Looks like he's going to get it done by the chicane, and he does indeed. He slots in front. Is Joel going to get this move back on the run out on the
No.
second straight?
Don't see it.
Yeah,
Our gamer
got a
he got a good bit of traction there, so he'll squeeze right up on the back of him, but it's not been moved enough to get the move done, I don't believe.
Yeah, and it looks like Joel try and run it outside as well, which is not favourable as we saw previous moves. That inside line is definitely OP right there.
Taking the outside line, like, it only works if you're really close and you've got a much faster line. You know, you're much quicker, but it's just so easy to defend against because you just have to hold the inside line and then just let your car run out to the natural racing line, which will naturally push the person fighting you to the curb. And then of course you get people saying, "Oh, you never left me space," but that's the drivers are allowed to take their line. They are allowed to take the racing line. So that's what happens if you try to run out the outside there.
Absolutely. And we have a yellow flag. It is actually I'm looking
George.
at Joel in pits and Futuristic in pits, but yeah, George. Was that George DNF'd? Yeah.
Yeah, I think George. Yep, I think so.
Okay, so we have another car. We're down to 17 drivers, and we're starting to see these guys start. These soft runners are starting to pit around now. And I tell you what, McKender, he lit up the timing boards there with a fastest lap, and look at that gap from P2 to P1 is down to 1.4. So he's been working away at that, just chiseling away, and he's. Yeah, it's coming down even as we're watching it, 1.3 now.
Yeah, we did. So, we've seen it in the previous Formula 2 races so far that, Justin and Mac are quite close on their pace, but I think even Justin did say himself in one of the interviews that he knows that Mac just has that little bit extra space on him. And so initially it doesn't really show that much, but whenever you get Justin and Mac into clean air, we get a yellow at sector 1 and 2. But whenever you get Justin and Mac into clean air and there's a gap between them, that's when you start to see that's just that little increment of extra speed that Mac has. You can see he can slowly squeezing it up. Oh, and they're both in, so there's no faking out here. It's both into the pits. So this is this new pit system, Chief, can also help too. I think I think I got a jump on you in the pits one time because I was pushed the B button. I pushed the button quicker than you, basically.
Wow.
High skilled stuff, this.
And Tenari, Jojo stays out, Dragon as well. So
yeah, Justin and Matt, pretty much identical pits. I was watching the cars very carefully. Justin's car did drop just a split second before Mac, so there we go. There's not much in between it, these guys. What's happening in chat, Chief? Let me see. What's the... Oh, it's Icewind. Hello, Icewind. Yes, I would agree with that. He says, so he's in response, Chief, to my being quicker at pushing a button than you. He says, that doesn't surprise me. Chief probably was lighting a cigarette instead of pressing the button.
I would never be so unprofessional.
Click, click. Go on, Chief, where is
dare you? Yeah, you know what? Crawley Voice is out. He's out in the pits, so he's retired in the pits. I don't know why you would do that. Why would that... That is a strange decision from him to pit.
Yeah, because he seemed to be all right. He pitted for, I think, earlier than most people for a fresh set of softs. And yeah, I couldn't just about got that out of me like soft. But yeah, he just what's this? Didn't Chief stop smoking? No, I can't say that. I can't really say that on the stream.
Oh, Tenari in the pits. Tenari is in the pits, so we're probably going to see these top guys. Jojo stays out, so maybe risking it all for a safety car. But yeah, Jojo takes the lead of the race, but Dragon and Tenari, P2, P3 currently pitting. Zupson as well in the pits, so we're seeing all these soft guys finally come into the pits, and Skin Tony joins them. So they will drop down the order. Justin up to P2 now, but of course Jojo still has to pit, so we imagine Justin is currently the leader on track, and Futuristic sets the fastest lap of the session. Interesting.
Nice job. Also, just a wee shout out to see there in chat. Vinny's in chat, Chief.
What?
Vinny the man.
XD, yeah.
The man, the myth, the legend. He was quite... Oh, Justin running very deep there.
I have
Mac will
bad
have.
memories of Vinny at this track. Vinny took someone out deliberately at this track at the final race of a season. Shame on
Yeah,
that man. Shame on him.
the Vin man doesn't suffer fools lightly, as they say. But hey, he was quick in the Formula 2
Yeah,
cars back in the
yeah.
day. That Vin man was always good because that's whenever I was racing and whenever I seen Vinny, I was like, damn it, this is going to be tricky to catch him, you know. So it's nice to see Vin man in chat.
Yeah, very fast driver. Hope he comes back someday. Rumor has it he bought a wheel, but
Oh,
yet to see him on track here. But Tanari is on the back of Gurla right now. Gurla on the softs, so he's 4 lap softs. Tanari 0 lap super softs, so he's like essentially fresh rubber on there. And you gotta think this is gonna be like taking candy from a baby. And as I said, that Gurla runs wide into the hairpin, and Jojo pitting in from P1.
yeah. So this girl on these softs could be a potential banana skin for Tuna Man because I mean, not that Girdle does anything wrong, but it's just he's quick and he's got these softs, but he is struggling. And when you've got someone behind who has got so much more pace, trying to pass someone who's struggling. Oh, and Girdle stays out. Well, of course he'll stay out. What am I talking about? He's going to go four lap old softs, 5 lap old softs. Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
look up front as well. P1 to P2, the gap is 0.6, so McKenna well within range of DRS usage for Justin. So this is going to further bring him towards Justin. And you have to say, McKenna looking good for the win right now.
Suzuzu coming out right in between the Gurla Tuna Man sandwich. The tuna sandwich. He's coming out. Oh, he sends it. They brave on those fresh rubber, but goes to show you, look at that. They heat up so quickly. This is going to be really interesting now. This is a real dilemma for Tuna Man. What does he do here? He's got the overspeed. He's got the slipstream. We're going to go 3 wide, people. Almost 4 wide. Not necessarily 4, but 3 wide. And who's going to win out here? Zozo does not yield, as we've seen in past races. So Gurla does lose out, or obviously expected, but the Tuna Man then does get the position off. So that's 2 positions in one go, really. But look at this, Gurla's now got an overdrive. He's got an overspeed on the Zozo. He's going to try and send it. It's going to be tricky. He's going to run it really wide. It's going to let Dragon. No, it doesn't let Dragon in. But the Zozo and Tuna Man are fighting hard here. This is going to be tricky. This looks like, the way they're lining these cars up, Tuna Man is definitely going to get this. The Zozo's going to have to yield. Oh, and nearly catches out Gurla. This is a brilliant little battle here. And it's on merit, these 2 guys, Mertuna and Zozo, both on those super softs.
Yeah, Gurla has pace, but he just doesn't have the tires. And Gurla just running slightly off track there, picks up a 3-second time penalty. So that's further going to weigh him down as he is holding on for dear life for that P7 position. But Dragon is all over his gearbox right now, and it looks like he's going to line him up for a move on the DRS trail.
Yeah, and we'll pick up chat in a minute because I see Vin's posted some interesting stuff there, but we'll pick that up in a minute. But there is a lot of action happening right now after these pit stops. Everyone within passing distance, it seems. We'll have a quick glance here. Yes, everyone seems to be okay for the moment. I can just say, yeah, Vin says that he took too much effort for the set up the wheel and he didn't have enough space. Plus, he says F122 sucks.
Wow.
That's just blasphemy.
Yet here he is watching an F122 stream. Wishing he could drive, I'm sure. Because look at this, driving up front. McKenna on Justin. He's 0.2 on his gearbox. So this is gonna be putting a lot of pressure on Justin. But Justin, as we know, he's used to this. He's used to having drivers like McKenna behind him, pressuring him. He knows what to do and what not to do. So if anyone can hold off the attack of McKenna, it's Justin.
Gurla is harassing, I'm just going to say it, he's harassing the rear end of Dragon. Durian, they need to call him Durian. People might not be familiar. Durian is more commonly known on Discord as Dragon, so that's why we call him Dragon. That's that cleared up. But yeah, Kenny does point out there that Bob has an old wheel, that's me by the way. Bob has an old wheel that he has to strap to the desk with an elastic. It's not even an elastic, it's like it's those really tough corded elastic cords that you get with hooks on the end of it. I'm gonna read this. That's the cord on my table. Wow. I have to do it every single time just to hold my wheel on the table, so that's why I'm slow. That's the reason I'm gonna say.
Oh, Jojo goes wide from turn 3, and he almost lost the car there, but it was enough to go off track to earn himself a 3-second time penalty, which at this late stage of the race is not good news, because he has 3 drivers within that 3-second range behind him currently.
We're going to pick up on this fight quickly up the front, but Vin says that he's here for you, Chief, not for the game.
Nice.
Feeling the love from the Vin man.
Nice.
But look at this now.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was just, I think we were going to say the same thing, Bob. McKender and Justin are going at it again. The gap is 0.2, and if I know McKender right, he's just lining them up for a kind of final lap. We may see it even on the penultimate lap, but it looks like a final lap move is being lined up here from McKender, so he has to do everything he can to stay on the back of Justin here and just keep this pressure on.
Yeah, it's something I like to do as well. I'm giving away my tactics. I like to hang back if it's one more position to go. I usually just wait for the last lap on the DRS. But if Mac does see the window, I mean, if there's a chance to pass, he will take it. But of course, he will not really want to give Justin that DRS on the final lap. So it could be a case of just hold positions, holding tight, and full attack on the end. Of course, there's no battery in this one. So there's nothing that doesn't come into play at all. Just further back, Jurian Drags is really almost practically pushing Zozo around this track. So I think we might be in for some last lap drama further back, Chief, for these final couple of points positions.
Yeah, I'm looking at McKender right now. It looks like he is going to go down the inside of Justin. Oh no, Justin braking late there and just able to hold on. Feed in the front of McKender, but McKender has a second opportunity here. And we saw massive overspeed on that long straight, but I don't think you get quite as much as this straight is a little bit shorter. And Justin knows to guard that inside line. He knows his the weakness on this track, I think, from seeing it in previous races there. But Justin holding on to that P1 spot, but the gap is 0.1, Bob, and we're about to head on to the final lap.
Yeah, so this is going to be a replay of last week, except Mac has had a couple of laps now to set this one up. We do believe that last week, if Mac had one more lap, he would have got Justin. Remember, they were side by side to the finish line, if you remember further back. Justin or Tuna getting the time penalty. But I think, Chief, it's best, even though there is a wee battle further back, I can see we should maybe just stick with this Mac and Justin battle, because this is it. This is all or nothing for Mac, and all or nothing for Justin as well. Mac is indeed leading the championship, but Justin is snapping at his heels as well on those points. And so he will very much want this P1.
Yeah, he's going to have to mind his P's and Q's, because this was the same gap as last lap, and McKenna was not able to get the move done. So it's all going to come down to this exit, and it looks like McKenna got a pretty decent exit. Justin's weaving to the left and to the right just to try to break that slipstream momentum, but McKender, massive overspeed, and he's bound to go for it this lap. This is the last opportunity he really has. Oh, and there is contact. McKender gets under white, but I think McKender's got a better run out onto the second straight, and Justin again guarding that inside line, but McKender is slightly ahead at this point, and McKender going to try and take that inside line for the next corner, and it looks like it's done.
Yeah, I think that's it. Do you know what, Chief? I would say that whenever Justin turned in there and there was contact with Mac, I actually think that actually benefited Mac, because it helped him turn his car
Yeah,
to get on. It did look like that from the stream, so I think that actually... Oh, Justin! Oh my goodness, he nearly lost it there. He held it nicely.
Big moment,
yeah. That's probably the psychological factor of trying to get past Mac. And Justin seemed to be lifting off, and I think he's conceding. Mac done a fantastic job. Mac crosses the line in the last lap to take the win at Abu Dhabi. Justin hits the wall. And look at this, Chief. Samim, with all that fighting he done at the start, I guess it's paid off, because here he is, P3.
Yep, brings it across the line. 13 seconds behind Justin, but 4.3 ahead of P4, who is futuristic, crossing the line now. Tanari takes P5, but may lose out on penalties as dragging across the line. Yeah, Durian up to P5, Tanari P6, Jojo P7, but drops down to P8 due to the penalty. Joel up to P7, and it looks like Gerla is P9, Zipson P10, and the rest of the guys making their way across the line now as our gamer P11 as Skin Tony smashes into the wall in style. Actually, I think that was our gamer.
Yeah, that was our gamer. I think our gamer will probably be he will be disappointed with that because he was showing pace today in this race in Abu Dhabi, but there was something happened further back. We'll likely get him in for a short interview to find out what happened earlier on in the race there. Whenever I caught him mid spin basically. So like to find out whether that was just a human error or was there contact with someone else.
We shall find out after this short break.
Yes.
We we have to look at who is the driver of the weekend.
Ooh, well, sprint race is a no-brainer. It was Jurian. Oh, but you know what? It's actually I've just seen it. It's for me. It's Jurian all day, 5 times a week and twice on a Sunday, as they say. 7 days a week and twice on a Sunday. That's what I should say. Jurian started last in the sprint and finished P4, I think it was. And then he started P18 in this and finishes P5. I think to me, Chief, it's a slam dunk. That is some performance. 11 laps in the sprint race to get up to P4, and then however many laps you get, 19 or whatever, to 16 in the feature. Also having a little bit of an issue, I think, in the first race to get himself into the top 5. For me personally, Chief, I would give it to Dragon.
Yeah, I can't argue with that, Bob. That was a stellar performance from him. And he takes away a haul of points for his team, which is he's teammates with Justin. So Virtuoso was, or is it Virtuosi or Virtuosi or?
It looks like more like Virtuosi.
Virtuosi. So yeah, they were leading the constructors 78 points with Carlin 56 points. So damage limitation, I guess, when we kind of taking a massive haul of points here today. But yeah, Dragon P5, Justin P2, so keeps their constructor title hopes open, but McKender will come out tops this weekend and will further cement his spot at the top of the driver championship for the F2 season, and we're only 3 weeks into this.
Was Meepo not racist today? Did he not? Hang on. I realized I said, was Meepo not racist today? I didn't mean that. That was a slip of the tongue. I mean,
yeah, I can't answer that question, but he is on holiday.
That's what it is. Yeah, because I was thinking, hang on a minute, where's Meepo? So there you go. Because I thought Meepo was Mac's teammate. I don't remember, but just let me Alt and F4 to get out of this. And Chief will move to the interviews.
We will indeed, Bob. And one thing I picked up on in the race there was there's a driver called Zope, SZOPE. He doesn't actually, he's not even in the league. And that's the second time that he's shown up. So obviously it's a friend of someone who is driving. So we'll have a look at that after the race. I'll have to speak to Joel about that. But thankfully there was no Gangu moment that I'm aware of anyway. So he is more than welcome to join the league and race with us legitimately.
Yes.
Although he did ghost for most of the race there, so maybe not. But we'll have a look and see who's in the interviews booth. We've got Semi Futuristic and R Gamer.
Yeah. Well, it's up to you, Chief. You are the man with the power to pull.
I'm going to bring in Futuristic because I always bring him in last, so I think I'll bring him in first. So hello Futuristic, you join us in the commentators booth with myself and Tipsy Bob. How did those races go for you today? It looked like you had a pretty fun time out there in the feature race. But just tell us about the whole weekend, starting with the sprint race and one shot.
Yeah, I'm starting to get the consistency in qualifying for like P7 to P10. So in the sprint, I starting pretty high up. So that's nice. And then the sprint was mediocre. Wasn't really happy with my pace overall, but the safety car triggered some different strategies, and unfortunately on the safety restart there, Tenari got hit and got stuck in the middle of the apex corner in turn 1, so I had to do the last 4 or 5 laps with a yellow front wing. So if it wasn't because of that, I might actually have gotten a podium. But a P5 is still a solid result. And then the feature is I had a battle with Tsutsu, or however you pronounce his name, and we had a pretty good battle. And through the first stint, then I did a undercut, which come out to be pretty big. So then it was just manage your tires, manage the temperature, because they were sky high, and just make sure you don't get overtaken with the or lose too much time to the guys behind.
I have a chief microwave man. The move when I think it was the was it the sprint race? I don't remember, but the move feature whenever Sam passed you, it looked on the stream like it was an off track. It looks like you were defending and he went to the left. He was off track, but he ended up coming out in front of you. Is that how you seen it, or did we get that wrong?
Did you ask for Samim or the Crawley guy or Crawl voice?
No, it was you, and I think it was Sam past you. It looked like it looked like an off track. He went off track to pass just before going underneath the bridge. Do you remember?
Not quite sure, but pretty sure most of the racing was on track today.
Okay. That's all I have to ask, Chief.
Okay. Next week, Bob. What's the track next week? Do you know? Put you on the spot here.
I don't know.
You think I'd know this? I'm actually the admin.
F2
wait! I have it here. Belgium.
Belgium. Yes. So, how do you feel about that track? I think you like Spa, yeah.
Well, in the past I have been given some bad memories at Spa, but hopefully I can have some good battles with. Let's not try to be optimistic here, so I'm gonna say.
Always be optimistic. Always be optimistic.
But I hope I can bring the fight to Nari at least.
Ooh, it's not easy to bring the fight to Tuna, man.
But if he's making mistakes, the battle is gonna come to me. So.
Yeah, sweet on Finn action, man. I'll look forward to it.
Viking on Viking.
No. Sauna, man.
Sauna on sauna. Meeples on, I don't know. Anyway, so before this interview descends any more into chaos, we're going to throw you out, but thanks for joining us in the commentators. But we brought you in first because usually bring you in last. But yeah, I'll give you the honor today being our first interviewee, and with that, I'm going to throw
it's not often futuristics first.
Thank you for the mix.
I'll throw him up before he swears in Swedish. Who have we got next? We've got our gamer and Sammy. Will we bring them in together? They are teammates.
Well, sure, if you want.
You ready for this? Get ready. Our gamer is in the house. Samim is in the house. Guys, you're our teammates. You had I would say you guys did pretty well today, apart from our gamer. So what I'm saying is, Samim, you did well, and our gamer didn't do well. But I'll just say you guys did well because you're a team, and you know you have victories together and you suffer together.
There's no I in team, Chief, as they say, but there's 5 of them in individual brilliance.
There we go.
There you go.
Yeah, boys.
So I guess this
is there a question there?
Yeah, this is the part where we ask you a question. So how was it for you, lads? I'm like
ladies first.
The most open-ended general question you can ask. How was it for you?
Samim, just go. How was it? Quali was a surprise. Sprint race was really a fun race. Like overtake strategy in 11 laps was really fun. Feature was kind of an impossible mission because I knew that everyone would be coming, Justin and McKender, so I tried to I tried to defend anyway, but Justin went past, and then I tried to hold Mikander because he's in the lead of the championship. But as you could have seen, that didn't go quite so well because he passed me. And then Tonari also managed to pass me. Then we had the pit stops. I undercut Tonari, and then Tonari spun. So it was a free P3, but P2 and P1 was kind of unreachable.
Just tell us about that pole lap, man, because you were like leading very early on that pole, you know, that one shot quali, and I didn't see anybody get anywhere near you. So I mean, were you just on it? Did you practice for this, or what was it?
I don't know. Abu Dhabi is always pretty good for me, but I did 6 or 7 laps in TT, just 20 minutes before the qualifying, and that was kind of my warm up. But this track is always one of my better tracks, so really enjoy to drive here. And the quali lap was until the third sector I felt like spotless, and then the third sector I made a few mistakes, but it wasn't enough to stop me from getting pole. And it was quite a good lap, not so many mistakes.
Nice job. Go ahead.
For me, Sam, it was really stressful watching. I think it was the feature race because once the battle had finished with Mac and Tuna, and not so much Justin, but mostly with Mac and Tuna Man, I had to, like, you probably hear on the stream, I had to like exhale like that because it was so, I was getting so tense for the fight because like it seemed to me, on me and Chief, it was like a really intense battle. Like you were not yielding at all. You were defending that position at all costs, and Mac was attacking it at all costs.
Yeah.
And it was just like on the line before before something happened. So that was really intense. But the thing I would like to ask you, Sam, is what we were talking with Futuristic about was, I think it was the sprint race. It looked like to us on the stream, and that's why we said it's a potential off track. Did you see that incident where I think it was you and Futuristic were passing? I think he ran you wide, and you were off track and then came out ahead of him. I was wondering, did you think that was an off track, or what happened there? Is that just a bug in the stream or something?
Don't quite remember what you're referring to. I think you mean something in Sector 3.
Yeah, it was Sector 3 before you go under the bridge.
Yeah, I was. Let me get that. I have the footage here, but I was side by side with, or like at a good exit from the hairpin. I managed to get on the side of Futuristic, and obviously I tried to stay on his side, but I didn't manage to because Futuristic came a bit to the left on the braking. So I just took some space to the left, just to make sure that we don't collide.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I tried to survive with Futuristic there. I can keep my nose in there, but I mean, contact would be probably happening through that corner because everyone is driving at maximum speed through that corner. It's really hard to go side by side unless you both lift. So I tried to lift, but I also lost momentum there and went a bit wide off track indeed, yeah.
But I think overall, Sam, it was a really great performance for you from the sprint and the feature. I think, if I'm correct, you were P3 on both the sprint and the feature. And that's, as we would say, that is no mean feat. That is a really great job, man. Like with whenever you've got the likes of Tuna Man and even our gamer as well, hunting down for that P3 spot. So I think you should hold your head high today, and you've done a really great job. I can't say the same for our gamer. What? I'm only joking. But what happened, gamer? I mean, I was watching a lot of you today because I thought that you were on a good strategy when you pitted early for that. The super softs, and then everyone else pitted, and then there was the crash. It put you in a great position, and you were showing great pace. But somewhere, I think it was midway into the feature race, I flicked over, and then I seen our gamer facing backwards. So I was wondering what happened there, man.
I remember like lap 2 or lap 3 when I was like in the feature race with Mikander and Samim. I just I hit Mikander on the exit like a little bit, like a little kiss, and I suddenly spun, and I was like P13. After that, I just not really in the mood for driving, but I had no pace even to like the back markers in F2, so I was like barely matching their pace. So I had really not that much motivation, and I was just hoping for a safety car to maybe get back in the race. So yeah, but yeah, it was that exit in like between the DRS zones was just not my strong suit in this track. Even if to in F1 also.
All right.
Yeah.
Good job, man. I'm just scanning the chat here, so they're talking about what I'm going to have for dinner, and I'm also seeing the reports are coming in. The reports are coming in Formula 2 is ready. It's going to get spicy.
It can't be any worse than last week. It was 12 reports, so hopefully it won't be any more than 12. Hopefully it'll be a lot less.
Well, while we're on the subject of reports, I just want to commend Joel. I want to say congratulations, Joel, if you're listening. You have ended your kill streak. You didn't kill anyone today. That's fantastic.
Is it even a penalty?
What, sorry?
Sorry. No, I mean crossing the pit entry line, is that even a penalty? Since features you just reported it.
Oh,
I don't know.
I've seen, but I'm not commenting while we're live.
Yeah. I do want to say in the sprint, Samim put IDs into my head to pit for the super soft. And I was P3.
He's manipulating.
I was P3, and I think maybe it affected my results slightly from P3 to P7 maybe.
So this seems to be a running theme, and last week as well, you were blaming him for the pit stop.
Yeah.
And this week.
If I put anything, I just blame to Samim, and that's my excuse.
Oh god.
It's quiet. Is that happy?
Sorry, I was not. No, seriously, sorry.
He's looking at these reports that he's getting like.
Yeah, I'm looking at the reports.
But what was I going to say? Yeah, tomorrow, Tier 2, man, lads. That's when you really come out to play for real. It's not for fun now, then. Well, I don't think so. It should be taken seriously, of course, because you are in contention for that title tomorrow.
Yeah.
Are you looking forward to it, lads? Because I certainly am.
AR has been quite a bit better than me in the Tier 2 races, but as you said, there is no I in team, so we are doing quite well as a team as well. But I think it's gonna be fine. Yeah.
What about you, Gamer? How are you feeling for Abu Dhabi tomorrow?
I've been practicing quali and I have very good pace in quali. But I always had good pace in quali. But in the race, I don't feel that confident in Bahrain. I don't know. It's pretty hard on the traction. And I feel like I can spin like every exit possible. So yeah, but I hope Nari spins before me. So that's my objective. And I hope maybe Matt and Samim like secure the podium and I win. Because Nari is just I don't know, he's so close and he's always getting P2 in the races. And Matt has been very strong in the practice session. So look out for him. He's gonna be rapido.
Yes, El Rapido, Le Monsieur.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like to see Matt doing well. Not this Matt that we have on comms, but the other Matt. Le Matt Francais. But yes, I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I don't even know. Have I reserved for that, Chief? I might reserve for that.
Yeah, you should. I might reserve for it as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
No way, Chief.
there goes our podium, huh?
Let's go.
Oh, lucky.
I know these fast drivers coming into Tier 2, these fast Tier 1 guys.
These Tier 1 guys, yeah. Upset.
I'm quiet. I'm just not. My guy started. So this is a whole discussion.
Yeah, you can't really say much after that F2 performance, can you, Gamer? No, but I'm taking the proverbial, but you obviously, it was a frustrating race for you. You appeared to have plenty of pace, but just not able to show it at various points. Like when we were looking at you, I think you were caught up with Joel at one point, just couldn't get past, but clearly had the speed to do so. But some fierce defending prevented you from doing so for quite a bit, and scuppered your chances of a good result, I think. Also, think you spun on your own as well, but that's on you.
Yeah, but I was P13 or P14, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
So I bottled Austria and I bottled Abu Dhabi, so let's see what's next. But I just hope everyone tunes in for Tier 1 on Friday. I'm gonna embarrass Chief with no assist.
Bring
just
it,
watch.
bro. Bring it. Bring it. I'm gonna make sure you don't get selected. Anyway, we'll throw you guys out. So I'll catch you guys later. Look forward to seeing you guys on track tomorrow.
Yeah.
See you guys later.
See you,
Thanks,
man.
boys.
Bye-bye.
See you. See ya.
Thank you.
Bye.
Good luck, lads. Good luck.
That's it, Bob. We're at the end of another F2 stream. Not quite as long as the previous one. I think our last, it was like half of the stream was the race and half was interviews, but not this week.
Yeah,
People
not
are,
this week.
yeah, people
Yeah.
are learning, not to come in the interview box unless they want like an hour-long interview with us. But I know your dinner's waiting in the sidelines, mine too. But I think overall, I enjoyed that one. I was a bit worried because we've had a few races where the sprint race is just epic and then the features is a wee bit more laid
Yeah.
back. But this one had everything. So very happy with how this went, and a lot more clean driving from last time as well. So good stuff from the guys.
Yeah, we did want them to clean it up because it was getting a little bit silly like last week. I mean, even the first race, I can't remember what it was. The first race was a bit scrappy, and then last week was even worse. But yes, definitely an improvement this week. I don't think there'll be that many reports. And then yes, also just to echo what you were saying, Chief, I did think whenever I seen Abu Dhabi, I went, oh no, it's going to be a bore fest. But my goodness, the feature race was just as exciting as the sprint. So I'm looking forward, Chief, to next weekend's Spa.
Yeah, big favorite for a lot of drivers. I think if it's not a favorite, like who even are you? Spa is such a classic one. Eau Rouge, it has so many lovely corners. Pouillon, capable of killing, and the top drivers. If they put a foot wrong on the throttle pedal yeah, we've all seen it. And I actually, when Futuristic was talking there, I actually had flashbacks of when he crashed in the recent season. Him and Wimpy both died at Eau Rouge. So yeah, everyone's capable of doing it. Everyone's done it at some point or another. But hopefully, we'll not see any of that on next week's stream, and we'll see plenty of good racing in these.
I love how you. Sorry, Chief. I love how you say that. You say Eau Rouge.
Eau Rouge. Yeah, I tried to sound fancy.
It's
Come on,
Eau Rouge.
Pouillon. You can't say Pouillon on it fancy. It has poo in it.
Pouillon.
I'm going for a poo.
Yes.
Yeah, you just can't do it. But that's it. Thanks for everybody for watching. Thanks for the support. Like the stream if you liked what you saw or what you heard.
Yeah.
And we will be back tomorrow. Kebab and Fedivar will be on the comms calling that race, and then Tier 1 with me and Bob driving that one with a bunch of fast guys trying to survive, I think is.
I'm just trying to beat you. That's all.
Yeah.
I don't care about the rest of the guys. I know I'm crap. So.
Yeah, I know a storm's coming, so I'm expecting big things from you, Bob. So we'll see you on track in Bahrain. But until then, guys, we'll speak to you soon, and thanks again for watching. Bye bye.